I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back again guys with DOC. Episode 3 of season 2. So,
Yes.
last episode, everything went to shit basically. Sort of.
The boys were back. They went back to school and then they saw their girlfriends.
Ex-girlfriends.
Marissa did not say that she moved on, but she did move on. She had a relationship with the gardener, I think. The garden guy. I don't know. DJ, he's called. She had a relationship with him all summer, and
Which is fine.
She didn't say to. She didn't tell Ryan. She didn't tell Ryan that she had a relationship.
Yeah, this is bad.
And she didn't tell DJ that she had a boyfriend.
This is worst.
And then it ended up, with DJ saw them kissing, and then Ryan saw them kissing, and Ryan was like, okay, what's up? She basically lashed out, defense mechanism, trying to protect herself and justifying what she did because she felt attacked, which she wasn't, but yeah.
She kind of always feels attacked by someone, right?
She feels attacked because she knows she messed up.
Yeah.
That's a normal and realistic reaction, but still. And Ryan was like, okay, you know what, maybe we should just be friends. And she's like, we've never been friends. We can't be friends. And he's like, well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And he left. I'm glad that he did. Like he did that amazingly. It was harsh a little bit, but he did what he had to do. Fine, we'll have to deal with the issues next.
Seth in summer is more complicated because it is true that Seth is taking so much space. He's not thinking about what other people might feel or think.
Yeah, he makes it all about him.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of a result of what he's been through, but you can't, it's not an excuse to other people in his life. And he did leave his girlfriend saying he had nothing left in town to keep him here.
Which is bullshit.
So she said she also said she had a boyfriend, which turns out that she didn't, but then she might. She's hanging out with a guy who's now part of I don't know if he still is, but he's technically part of the same comic book club that Seth created. It's him, Ryan, and this guy. And he liked him until he realized that Summer was hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And, things might become serious. And then Seth tried to get Summer back. And what happened was she lashed out at him and was like, I'm done. You like the chase. You don't love me, And he can't say anything about that. There's no justifying anything here.
Nope.
She has sort of a point, So yeah, things are not good.
No, and Caleb is being arrested, put in jail, and now we might see the trial at the court.
Sandy is gonna have to work on that, so we'll see that. Hopefully it doesn't put too much stress on the family because they don't need more. They had sort of a fight last episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty much where we are, and Haley left for Japan.
Good for her.
Yeah. So let's jump in episode 3 and see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
Alright, let's do this.
Believe this about your grandfather. He's in big trouble.
Yeah, I know. The creek and the no paddle. Damn Oregonian barbers, man. Making my head too small for my body.
Sorry to see you're so upset.
I'll survive. I'll grow out.
Talking about Caleb. Looks like Summer was way off base. Accusing you of making everything about you. I was just kidding, huh?
No, dude, here I am going on and on about my haircut. My grandfather's in the cooler. Talk to me about anything other than me. Go, give me anything.
Ah, here it is. First day of AP Physics today. Actually, kind of nervous.
Ryan, could you quit fretting over your nerd gear for like 5 seconds? We have a real crisis on our hands unless Summer's wrong and I'm not completely insufferable.
He tried to talk to you about something that's not
Why
you.
didn't you just tell me then?
It's kind of hard getting a word in. I mean, you're a good talker, but you're not so good with the listening.
Right then. I have to change. I have to be like a better person.
Once again!
Oh my god.
Seth, shut up!
I'm used to it. You don't have to change for me.
Oh, I'm not changing for you.
For her then, Summer.
No. No. I think for the greater good of man.
So there's no hidden agenda here, like, say, getting Summer back.
Dude, I don't even want Summer back.
Yeah, right.
You so want her
That's what
back.
she wants. In which case, that's not about me. That's about
He's trying to make it about
me
her.
supporting her and her wanting of me. That's what she wants.
You want her back?
No, I don't. It's a new me, Ryan.
Yeah, right. You will last. You can't even last a second, man. When you
It's
try.
not a bad thing to talk about yourself. We need to have a right balance between what you're saying about yourself and what you're saying about others.
When he's trying not to talk about himself, he ends up talking about himself. not talking about himself.
Yeah. He needs to work on that. Really, really bad.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm new. Is it alright to park here? Sure. If you're not embarrassed.
Yeah, she's gonna have a hard time here with all these rich kids.
I can see her be with Brian. Don't know why, but I thought that she was gonna be Marissa at first, but
Maybe selfless. There's a new club at the pier that the Walkmen are playing at. You know who loves the Walkmen?
You?
Yeah, and Summer.
Summer's going up with Zach.
Yeah, so maybe I'll buy her and Zach tickets to the show.
Why'd you do that?
Out of friendship and to show her how selfless I can be.
And to get her back.
I can't hear you. I'm really gonna...
You're doing stuff with the idea of making it about other people, but you have another
oh,
I'm so sorry.
you have another goal behind that. Sorry, finish my sentence.
oh, Jesus Christ, Brian!
You okay?
Is it him or is it her that's clumsy?
It's okay. You can leave my...
Well, you were right. They met.
This is how you guys treat all uni students, or is today just my lucky day?
Can I buy you a coffee?
No. Please, don't. I have plenty of things, and I'm guessing you have too. So, I'm just gonna go wring out my shirt and stuff toilet paper up my nose, and I'm sure I'll have no trouble fitting in now. So, thanks.
He was in your position last year, by the way, so
They're gonna be great friends, I hope.
maybe more.
Probably more.
Okay, first time here. Hopefully he does great. And
She's
she
there.
is there, yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, don't worry. I promise I'll keep my hands to myself.
Well, that's your elbow I'm worried about.
Jesus Christ!
Brian!
You hate me so much. What did I do?
He's not. Yeah, he's not trying.
Six.
I said I was sorry. I don't know what else you want me to say.
Nothing. In fact, we don't ever need to speak to each other again.
That's too bad. I was really
They'll
enjoying
be lab partners.
Well, I wasn't.
being sarcastic.
I wasn't.
Your favorite physics teacher here, Ari Greenberg, with your new lab partner assignments. We've got Adriana Alberghetti with Philip Raskin, Ryan Atwood with Lindsay Gardner, Jennifer Anderson with Jamie Barber.
Of course.
They'll like each other.
I'm seeing a great friendship right there. And like you said, maybe more.
The only music that she knows sounds like a... Hi.
Olivia Wilde.
We're here about tickets. Yeah. Ah.
Yep.
Touch me again, I'll hurt you.
Okay, fine. What do you call this? Thanks.
What do you want?
Tickets for Friday's show?
Sold out, sorry.
All set, Alex.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Here are your tickets, and I threw in a couple extras.
Cool, thanks. Why does he get tickets?
Because he works here.
Well, if I work here, could I get tickets?
You don't work here.
We start right there.
Seth's gonna get a job just for this.
Seth.
Minimum wage, long. Taking tickets, cleaning toilets, and the light preparation of fried
I'll
foods.
be sure and wash my hands between the last two.
I have to ask Nat, the owner, but he's never here. So...
Seth just got a job.
Hey, I'm Alex.
It's a lot easier back
That
then.
is easy, right?
Then come back tomorrow.
Although, like, it's not a big position or anything.
If that position can give him tickets, it's fine.
Yeah, for her friend.
So, should we maybe exchange numbers or something?
For what?
Let's work on our lab report.
No, I already turned it in. Don't worry, I put both our names on it. You'll get an A.
You're supposed
But
to work together.
The only reason why I transferred to Harbor was so I could load up on AP courses, get accepted into Yale early, and never have to look at another
That's
cheerleader or volleyball
great.
player ever again. No offense.
You think I'm stupid?
God doesn't give with both hands. So, take the A. Enjoy it. It's my treat.
He's here to study as well.
Mr. Greenberg,
Yes,
that lab report Lindsay handed in, I'm afraid I'm not quite finished with it yet.
it looks perfect to me. You guys make a great team.
Actually, I didn't get a chance to contribute a whole lot to that report, and by a whole lot, I mean anything.
Is this true?
Well, you want to play with Ryan, he's gonna play right back with you.
Good sign. Part of the assignment is working together.
Maybe if we had different partners.
No, I'm keeping the two of you together and giving you an additional assignment, which you'll do together. Or fail. Together.
She needs to take him seriously. That was mean. They've had run-ins.
Not stupid at all.
And that was clumsy, but that doesn't mean he's stupid. Seth.
Seth.
Like a hernia.
I had a hernia when I was little once. I had to have an operation.
Seth. I had a hernia once when it was fuck up.
What are you even doing here?
I need tickets. I'll do anything to get them.
What are you, like a huge fan?
Put up the work, buddy.
Oh, he's trying?
My least favorite season.
You're doing this for a girl?
He's trying, but he doesn't really know what he's doing.
It's for her and her boyfriend. Her boy. Her friend, that's a boy. Showing her that I'm capable of thinking of somebody other than myself.
Huh. That's sweet. It's pathetic, but sweet.
Yeah, that's my niche. Pathetic and sweet.
Look, you barely earned these, but...
Hey, right on. Summer's gonna be very stoked
I quit.
on the band. I hear they're really good live, and I think the best thing for our friendship is like a good live band.
As a girl, I feel I should probably warn you that this whole little game you're planning, she's gonna see right through it.
Yeah.
She's not dumb.
I mean, you don't have to be intelligent to see through this.
Listen, I'm not gonna stand.
Actually, you can't say it all. The valley's on, so you should just...
Right, no, I have something for you.
Well, unless it's a plutonium fuel car to take me back to last year, so I can never date you, I'm not interested.
Well, okay, it's 2 tickets to the Walkman. I'm going, but I'm not gonna go with you. These are for you and Zach.
Me and Zach.
Yeah. Just, wanted to do something nice.
Well, deep down, it's
You know,
sort of a
it's time for
trick.
change, so hopefully, I don't know, we can all hang out. We can be friends.
Friends.
But this is a good step.
If you want.
Yeah.
He seems genuine.
Seems.
Deep down, I think he's not aware of it, but it is sort of a way to get her back.
Yeah.
But this was nice. And weirdly enough, this is gonna make her want him more. Because he made something good for her only.
Anytime. Happy to have the company.
Without
That's
any
nice.
backup thoughts,
Yeah,
right?
without expecting anything.
Well, I'm sorry, but if you flunk out of Harvard, you can spend the rest of your life floating at your parents' infinity pool, okay? I mean, you're an academic scholarship, so...
Okay, what makes you think my parents have an infinity pool? I mean, they do, but they're not my parents. I transferred in from Chino last year. I was just like you.
Really, you were assaulted by the captain of the water polo team.
Yeah, I was. And I took a second to get to know the guy, and he turned out to be a pretty good friend.
Well, I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah, well, mission accomplished.
It's like she came in with the idea that they were all rich kids that could not connect with her. It's like she's judging him for being rich, but she doesn't know where he comes from.
The bait shop. Hey, you came. Where's Zach?
Oh, he couldn't make it.
Oh, that's too bad. Let me show you your very VIP seating.
Guy isn't there, I'll step in.
Don't mess it up, please.
Thanks for getting me a seat.
No problem.
But, Colin, I think we need to really talk.
Hey, there you are. Look, some guy just puked all over an amplifier. And...
On it.
Yeah, he does work here now.
Why was that?
She's my boss. I actually work here now.
What?
Yeah. It's the only way I can get those tickets.
But why?
I needed the tickets to show you that I can be selfless, and I needed to be selfless to get you to stop hating me, and I really needed you to stop hating me so that we could be friends.
Colin, that was really sweet.
Pathetic and sweet?
No, just sweet.
She's seeing it as a good thing.
Okay.
Too soon, buddy.
Oh, God. Come on, I'm so
And doing that just proves that you did this to get her back. Again, like it was all about you. Man, you have an issue with this.
I thought you just wanted to be friends. But then what was that? That kiss?
I don't know. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Really?
Yeah.
So this whole night wasn't just a plan to get me back?
No, absolutely not. Unless maybe that's what you want.
Colin!
What? Come on. Wait a second.
I believed you! How you were changing, that you just wanted to be friends.
I do. That's...
But then, dude.
Maybe I can't be just friends with you.
Then I guess maybe this is it for us.
One step at a time, buddy. Right now, she doesn't trust you.
So tired
True.
right now. I didn't even.
I just wanted to let you know that you didn't do a bad job.
Your work isn't terrible either. Or rushed, maybe.
She's set on her goals.
I owe you an apology.
Good.
You have to actually say the words. That's kind of how it works.
I would like to extend to you a formal acknowledgement that I may have unintentionally.
Say the damn words.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
Me too.
here you go.
He came in with the intention to bring you down. So
Black eye.
You can see why I thought you were intellectually challenged, right? I'm really glad that you're not. Your penmanship, however.
Hey, what's wrong with that penmanship?
Nothing. Just next
I
time.
I
don't
thought
hold
you
them
would
between
see
your
them.
toes.
Oh.
He's doing his project. He has a right to be friends with another girl, honey.
I was using the Canadian spelling.
Oh, you're using the Canadian spelling, eh?
This is not about you, Marissa. Once again, taking everything the wrong way.
But then, like, she could be taking it as, you know, they had a good time last night, but it doesn't mean anything because he can have a good time with someone else. He clicks with other people that are less complicated, perhaps. You know.
You've got Roberts for 3.
Great.
Is she presenting him to her father?
Yep.
Ah,
And from what I'm seeing,
he's
liking
loving him.
Zach.
Well, he's not taking him too much space, you know? And he's the picture-perfect representation of what the father would want as a boyfriend for her. Give yourself time, give her time. You end up together for sure, but sometimes bumps in the road. It will get better. Hey boy, hey
Okay.
boy, hey
And
boy.
I'm not surprised that once Marissa saw that Ryan was having a good time with another girl, she took it personally because she has a tendency to do that.
It's not so much
But
that she took it personally.
You're right though that it's not the fact because she had a good time with Ryan the previous night that it meant something. But she didn't thought that they had technically history together. So that covers something.
I think she thought he was coming back to her and everything would go back to normal. But once again, like they have this tendency, all four of them, to be like, oh, let's forget what happened before and move on.
And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
It's not because he was, you know, having a good time with you that it erases the fact that you lied and then the fact that, you know, you can't be friends. You gotta give yourself time. And yes, it's true. She's kind of a bit like Seth when it comes to Ryan. You know, she makes it about herself. He has a right to enjoy the company of someone else, even if it's a girl. It's true that his rap sheet for hanging out with girls as just friends basically is bad because they always end up being his girlfriend. Like it happened with Teresa, and then he hangs out with Marissa's friends, and they're back together. You know.
Yeah, but like both of them said, they were technically never friends.
Yeah, that's the issue. But I mean,
You can hang out with Summer and be friends with her.
we can't really argue that. Oh, she's making she's putting on a fit like she's fuck my English. She's rebelling against this and she's making it about herself. She has a right to be sad to see him and having, you know, fun with another girl because she still wants him. But you did make that bed, honey. You made that situation because you lied to him. If you had told him, you know, that you had a boyfriend, maybe it would have not changed. But if you had, you know, told DJ that you were over and going back with Ryan, that would have been different. But you lied to both of them.
Yeah.
So
And both of them are kind of angry with you.
I don't think Ryan is angry at now as much as he was, you know, in the moment. But he's not willing to make that step, and I don't think he's willing to make that step with the other girl either.
Maybe,
you know.
maybe not angry, but c'est quoi déçu. English.
Disappointed.
Yeah. He's disappointed with Marissa because, once again, she didn't trust him, she wasn't honest with him, and she complicated things so much that she created way more problem than it should be in the first place.
Basically what happened, like, it's not the sort of betrayal that would be like, I don't want to see you ever again, kind of like with the Oliver situation, you know? It's more of a, you know, he was willing to go back with her, and then she lied, and that put a stop to that plan. But he doesn't hate her, he still cares about her, and what we know that right now, what he has with that other girl is nothing, but it could become something.
Could be something else, though.
Yeah. And we'll
see
talk
it.
about her right away. Like, she came in real strong, kind of like the female Ryan of season 1, you know?
Well, she felt attacked by everybody else. Like
Well, she's different, yeah.
Those students at the beginning kind of look her down and mock her because her car was not up to their standards.
Oh, yeah, she's the Chino from season 2.
So she's putting her up front and she's trying to protect herself from everything.
And
so
not
when
just
she
that,
see,
but he kind of ridiculed her, not intentionally, but what happened, you know, at the coffee shop, anyway, what happened there, like, wasn't intentional, but it led to her being judged and kind of laughed at, and maybe they weren't openly laughing or anything, but she could hear them. You know, she saw, you know, you get embarrassed at stuff that people don't care about, but you care about it, so it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So she kind of blamed him for that. So like, oh, thank you for making this so much harder than it already is. But in her mind, she's coming in with, you know, her brains and her abilities, and she wants to do this quick and fast and move on right away. But she's not allowing herself to connect with the people here because she came in with judgment already. She's judging all of them. She doesn't know, though, where they came from. Ryan is
kind of like
so
Ryan
much
at
different.
the beginning.
Yes, but then he was hanging out with Seth, so he wasn't so much judged. He wasn't judging as much.
Yeah.
But for some people, perhaps, but they attacked him first. You know, it's like, you know, she came in alone, whereas he had a brother to begin with. You know, she has no one on her side, so maybe it's why she's that defensive. But at least now it looks like they had time to talk a little bit. They made a connection, so she'll have a friend at school, and we'll see if it turns into something else. But yeah, the bigger couple to discuss today is Seth and Summer.
I just want to bring back a similarity between Seth and Marissa, with the fact that both of them do not want to be held accountable with what they're doing. Like Marissa, when she told the story to her dad about Ryan and DJ, she wasn't to blame in that story, but she's the one who made the mistake.
With Marissa, it's because she's doing that as a coping mechanism for the stuff that was done to her. And the people that do that to her, her mom, for example, they never, you know, face the blame. They never have to pay for what they did or anything. So if they don't get reproach, you know, if no one is holding them accountable for what they did to Marissa is being held accountable for her escape, and that, I think that's why she can't she can't hold herself accountable for what she does, because she's doing it thanks to the mistreatment that she got from other people. So it's kind of like, that's the only thing that makes me feel good. So why are you blaming me? You should be blaming them. They're the real people that mess things up, you know? It's kind of for her, this is, you know, having an escape during the summer was her way to deal with the emotions. Drinking is a way to deal with the emotions. So if you blame her about that, she'll be like, yeah, but I did that because you left. So who's the one that did a mistake? That's why she can't look at her own mistakes, because she hasn't dealt, and no one has dealt with who did the hurting in the beginning. Did that make any sense?
Kinda.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway.
But
and with Seth, it's different. It's a bit different.
It is true, though, that with the fact that her mom didn't really listen to her and took her perspective about what was wrong with her, for her, being the fact that her mom was not held accountable with her actions, she's doing, like you said, she's doing the same. Yeah. It is true that
it's her escape.
Adults are example for children. If they're not held accountable to what they're doing, the children are gonna do the same.
But I think it's different from, you know, if you do something bad for the sake of doing something bad, and someone is like, holding you accountable, that's one thing. But if you do something bad to make yourself feel better because someone hurts you, then, and someone, other people blame you and they're like, oh, I mean, you shouldn't have done that, you did something wrong, you'll be like, well, I did that thanks to them.
Yeah, but it's still bad.
Yeah, no, it's not good, because her escapes are hurting people and they are hurting her. So she doesn't have a good coping mechanism.
No.
But I can understand why she's doing that, I'm not justifying it, but I think that's why she's doing it. And with Seth,
and as for Seth, yeah, he has been told that he's taking too much space. He talks way too much about himself in the first, second, third, and fourth place.
It's an issue with him. That's who he is, which is not necessarily bad. If like Ryan is okay with this, but sometimes it gets too much. And I think with the holding yourself accountable for Seth, it's because for so long in his life, everyone else around him was the villain, They were attacking him, they were bullying him, they were ignoring him.
Yeah.
So he had to turn them into the villains of his story in order to push through, Be like, oh, I can tough it out because they're hurting me. I didn't do anything wrong. But this kind of attitude he kept after people started being fine with him. So now if he hurts Summer or something, she basically she's not doing anything to him, but it's always about him because it was about him before. He had only himself.
Yeah.
So it's an attitude that he had before and he kept now, but he's got to realize that the people around him have lives. They're not the villains that he created, and they're not the villains he had to make in order to push through. He's got friends, and in order to keep them, he needs to really connect with them, really get to know them, and focus on what they're going through, which he tried, but he's not totally frank with himself when he's saying that, oh, I did this only to be friends, which, I mean, the thing they said in the end, she's like, oh, I can't be with you if you don't change. And, you're not changing if you're not aware, if you don't openly want to be friends with me, if you don't want to, take that into consideration, if you have other motives for doing the nice things that you do, it's not you changing, it's you trying to manipulate me. And he's like, well, I can't just be friends with you. I get both sides, because it's true that I said it so many times now, but being friends and lovers go together. You can be just friends, but being friends and lovers need to go together if you want to be lovers. But with Seth, he's in love with Summer.
I know.
So just being friends with her is gonna hurt.
But he needs to take in fact that she's not there with him. They're not at the same level.
But that's when the try to think of other people instead of just you, that comes into play. Because even if he loves Summer, he needs to understand that she's not ready for a relationship, or she has to, she needs time to realize, what's going on and what she wants to do. And if she doesn't want to be with Seth anymore, it's her decision. Even if you love her, sometimes you got to learn to let them go. Mm-hmm. So in this case, they could be good friends, they could be great lovers, but he made a mistake that hurt her, and he's not acknowledging that. And now he's trying to get her back when she would do it slowly, let's be friends first and let's, get to know each other again.
Let's see where things are leading us to.
Yeah, and eventually they would probably go back together, but he's trying to rush things by not acknowledging what he did wrong in the first place.
Just like Marissa did the previous season, when she was trying to get back with Ryan after the Oliver
situation. Let's forget what happened. Yeah.
They do have a tendency to rush things up.
But like we just talked about this, like for the reasons we just discussed.
Yeah.
So they have some changing to do, I think. They have some maturing to do. I think Ryan matured a little bit. Summer changed.
Both of
Summer
them
matured
changed
a lot.
So much.
Marissa changed, but she did not mature. That's why she went right back to, season 1 Marissa.
Yeah.
And Seth never changed.
No.
Ryan did the changing for him. He changed the situation around him, and Seth is still stuck in, that personality and attitude he had before the changes, so he can't adapt.
Which is why I did say at the beginning that it is not a bad thing to talk about yourself once in a while, but you need to find that right balance when you talk about yourself and when you consider other people's situation
that's
and
the thing.
feelings.
It's good to talk about yourself sometimes in order to deal with your issues and stuff.
Yeah.
But if what you only do is talk about yourself, the
There's
others
a
can
problem,
talk
yeah.
about themselves.
Yeah.
So it's a partnership, you know. You take turns talking about your issues or doing something for someone. If you truly care about someone, you would be able to do something for them for the sake of them, not for your sake. And he could not prove that to Summer this episode.
Just like with Cindy and Kirsten.
They take turns.
I'm gonna go back with them because they're
Well, we'll
really
finish
my
with
gold
them, yeah.
couple, seriously.
We will finish with them. They do, they have their issues, but they've been married for a while. They're not teenagers. That's the difference.
Sure.
They have matured, although in a teen drama, adults can also have their fair share of issues, like Julie fucking manipulating Caleb into giving her a position.
That was such a low blow because even though that is giving this position of with the finance for the company to Kirsten, that's not the same, right?
Well, she wanted to help. I don't think she asked for that position, but she made it, sound like the marriage was not going to go for long if Caleb did not trust her enough to, take charge. With Jimmy, she just completely abandoned ship. So with Caleb, at least she's staying on, but I think she has to stop lying about why she married Caleb. It wasn't for love. It was for the security, the money, and everything. Mm-hmm. And now that he's having the problems, I feel like she's trying to, get a semblance of control, when it comes to the situation. At least if she's, helping or
she
doing
doesn't
something.
Want to lose everything once again.
So she's trying to keep control of some things. Turns out that Caleb is weak in that department and he gave her control of the company. But at least he gave something to Kirsten as well, which is not the best, but at least it's better than nothing. And she won't quit. Although I still think that the best opportunity for her eventually would be to start her own company. But in that case, that's a lot of risks. That's a lot of work, and it doesn't mean it would change so much in the family. And I mean, who knows? She's been working for this company for so long. Like, she knows it. It's at this point, it's almost her company,
Yeah, with everything that she's been doing, yeah.
But she'll be in charge of the money, and he's stepping down. So it's still, he's still involved, sort of, because he works closely to the people that he put in charge. But that's gonna help things majorly, and it's gonna maybe help, keep the family and the company separated from himself. So that's a good turn for the case. But we basically are starting to with Julie and Kirsten, and I mean, it's gonna get worse when Julie acts and starts doing things. She has the power to change so much. That's the thing.
Well, like I said, when she got the opportunity to be the designer, she succeeded in it. She did great.
She came in strong at first, though.
Way too strong at first. But she kind of proved herself. So maybe she's gonna do the same thing.
Or maybe she'll do like Caleb said, and she'll just get bored after a few days and leave.
I don't think that she will.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so either. I think there's a part of her that...
Because she does lack a challenge from what I saw. So I think she's gonna...
With the design job, she wanted to prove herself. Prove that she could be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So this is sort of the same thing, but at the same time it's not. So I don't know how she'll react in that position.
But I don't think that she's gonna get bored with it. I think that she's gonna love being in charge of something.
But then how is that gonna affect Kirsten and Julie's relationship? Because she doesn't like her already.
No.
And like Julie's in charge now, and yes, Kirsten is in charge of the money, but that means that they will be bucking heads a lot. So
I'm expecting some sparkles in there, some
sparks, some
sparkles, some sparks, some fires, some explosions.
Not the same. We will see, but again, these first few episodes are very strong for season 2, and I'm excited to see where we're gonna go. And that's unless you want to talk about something else, that's pretty much it.
No? Well, I just want to maybe go back to what Julie said to Jimmy about the fact that he married her because she was pregnant, but she married him because she loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Because with that information, I can maybe understand why she decided to spend so much, because that's our code mechanism. Because if I can spend your money because you love me,
the two don't necessarily have to be connected. You know, when we talked about her past and where she came from and why she
But
wanted that life.
That's her way to get attention, to get connection. Because
No,
when
but
Kelly was
she needed the confirmation that she was set, that she had security, money, financial, you know, support and stuff like that. Because she did not have that. She did not have that security, and she was. I think we talked about how she might have been afraid of going back to that lifestyle, which is why spending became her security blanket. You know, I spend so that I can you know, be sure that I have that financial support. You know, I'm not going back to that life. I'm separated completely from my past, and if she spends money, it's proof that she's living the life. It's kind of kind of like how Seth keeps those walls up. You know how he can't necessarily leave those defense mechanisms behind, even if his lifestyle has changed. Well, it's the same with Julie and the money. It's like you never had money, you didn't have money before, and now that you have some, you want to spend it. You know.
But you know what? Some might say, well, many people might say that the reason why the rich stay rich is because they don't spend their money.
Some do, but in her case, it's not necessarily her money. She doesn't work for that money.
True. She's not spending her money.
So in her case, it's really just confirmation that she has a security blanket when it comes to money. It's like saying, you know, oh, I don't have money, and I've heard that before, and we have actually said that a little bit before about, you know, I don't have money and I barely ever pay for stuff for myself and stuff. So sometimes I like to buy a thing to make me happy. You know, I like to buy something that I don't need, but I'd like to have it just for the fun of it. You know, you give yourself gifts here and there because you never do that. You know, it's kind of an attitude you can have when you don't have money. In her case, it's like she kept that attitude, but now that she has money, she gives herself gifts all the time.
Which is not
a problem.
It's a problem, yeah.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Okay, so we'll end this here and move on to the next episode.
Oh, it is sad though for Marissa and Ryan, but I'm kind of liking.
Well, just for Marissa, because Ryan's good.
I'm kind of liking the fact that maybe he can find a new friend, maybe more with that girl, because like I said, she resembles so much Marissa.
Well, we need more characters. You know, new characters for season 2. We lost too many.
Luke and Anna.
I don't know who's gonna stay for long, who's not gonna stay. So for some people, it could just be a 1 episode thing. So, but I'm excited to see where it's gonna go.
Okay.
So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be out on YouTube soon, guys. So check our channel when the next one will be out, and see you.
Well,
then.
it should be out next week. So.
Oh, okay. Well, see you next week, guys.
Yeah. Bye.